So, with particular reference to the fact that Raffen was not here last week, who would like to do a recap of what we got up to last session?
Kind of dicked about the boat, really.
Yeah.
That's a good summary. Oh shit! Almost spilled my tea. There was a big old fish, and then we swerved around the fish. Then Arissa and Ultius had a bit of a sea punch up, and then
Oh yeah, they had a squabble.
oh yeah, we had a squabble. Nairn was small.
Up for debate.
Canon.
Up for debate.
Listen, I already drew fan art. It's canon.
Mira and Rurak broke a keg. And there were shenanigans after a drinking contest on the ship.
As there always is.
Yes.
Oh, and Lida is now just officially Lemon Belly, not even Snidely.
Yeah.
Oh, Niall's not here. I didn't even notice that.
Rogue's man.
He's so quiet. Yeah, he just disappeared. Sneaks off.
quiet because he muted his mic.
That makes sense, yeah. Sorry, continue.
I tossed my triangle overboard.
You did?
Because he did. And then Niall's new Dragonborn guys called Puddles now or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Lemon Belly and Puddles.
Sad drunk.
And then where did we actually finish off last week?
We saw a patrol and were approaching them.
Yes. I think specifically last week we had said that we had left off with like you had pulled up alongside fire inspection. That's where we left off.
Mm-hmm.
So I need some stuff needs to happen before. So first of all, Fraffen, I need a follower roll from you. I need a D100. So Theobald is your level 1 stronghold follower, but I need a roll for another person that will turn up soon.
How do I do the D100s in this?
You right-click the D10 down the bottom, and then you click the percent symbol.
$55.
Okay.
All the fives, 55.
And I gave you guys all your stronghold
Big duck.
handouts.
It's a farmer, it looks like.
A farmer, is that what it says? Okay. So I also... let me get my notes. So I owe some people some stuff. I owe... hang on, sorry, my thing is misbehaving. Word? What are you doing, Word?
What are you doing with your life?
So I owe Rurak some information on Althian relics, which I have accumulated. So, unfortunately, the issue with researching Althian relics that have not been found is that if there was a really obvious answer as to where they were that you could find by reading a book, someone would probably have gone and got them by now. But you do learn of 3 Althian artifacts and some backstory to them. So you learn of the Tempest Helm. So back, I've got a copy of this in Fantasy Grounds I can shunt over to you, so you don't have to take notes if you need. So way back in the days of yore, when the gods walked the earth more readily than they do now, there was this storm, as there often was, and it got close to this town, and it was all a bit, up in the air about whether the townspeople were going to be okay. And then Big B, Belarius, steps down, and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing with this storm? These people are under my protection." And then Altheus comes down, and they're like, have a bit of an argument. Altheus is like, "Oh, Belarius, you're getting in my way. You're interfering with my shit." And then, they get into this argument, and the argument turns to fisticuffs, and they get into a bit of a fight. And over the course of this fight, one of Belarius's pauldrons is knocked off, and stolen by Althian followers, who then they go and they grab the pauldron that's fallen off Belarius, and they run away with it, and they make it into this Tempest Helm. It's how the story goes. And that's one story as to why Belarius is always shown having only one pauldron, and why his priests only wear one pauldron. But you can find no other information on the Tempest Helm except for that one story. But that story crops up like in a bunch of different places. So there's that. You also, the most notable Altian relic is this spear called Fulgur. It is a spear made of petrified lightning. The story goes that the first lightning bolt that Altius cast down to the earth got like turned into this spear, or was petrified and then turned into a spear. There's a bit of variation on that. That's the one that Achaeus had, and he used it during the Gods' War, and then he lost it in a battle with Arisan worshippers, and so Fulgur or something like it has popped up in various different timelines and various different sources. Its last known location you have variously found to be written as in vast ruins below the earth, as far from the sky as one can go, or far beneath the sea, still being held by the Orisier, or sealed within a cloud. And at this stage in your research, you don't actually know which of those is most likely. And you found a third relic, the Cloak of Four Winds, which is, there's a bit of debate around that one as well, because Altius people are like, yeah, the Cloak of Four Winds, that's an Altian relic, and then Brahm's dudes are like, the Cloak of Four Winds, that's a Brahm relic, that's ours, no, that's ours, hey, and they argue about it. But again, largely academic, because no one's seen the cloak for like thousands of years. It's just as if it's like vanished off the face of the earth one day. But it is said to be spun from the cloth of the wind itself, and grants its wearer some measure of control over the air around. So let me Rex initial relic research, and then I drag the shield, I drop it on you, and then it should pop up in your thing.
Whoa, cool.
Is that right? Okay, cool.
Yeah, that popped up.
And I also owed Lyda the information on what was in her Rubik's Cube. So Lyda, this thing has extremely hyper-detailed knowledge about an extremely specific field. In this case, necromantic soul binding. So you may add the soul cage spell to your spellbook, having opened it. And also, as long as you have this thing around, you can reference it if you ever need to take someone's bound soul and put it in a construct or other sort of arcane engine.
That's helpful. That's
Yeah.
happened before.
You're really lucky you didn't get weak.
Yeah.
Pork?
Wait, what was the soulbound?
Soul cage is the spell.
Soul cage. Do you know what level it is?
I think it's like a 5th or 6th level spell.
Fuck.
Soul Cage sounds like a really bad metal band.
Soul cage! Yeah!
Isn't that one of the spells that the armor had?
It is.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
a good memory.
I need to use money to cast it though.
Aaron just leveled up.
Oh, I can't just trap people's souls willy-nilly.
Tiny silver cage worth 100 gold pieces.
I don't know if it's consumed though. Does it say it's consumed? Because if it's not consumed, then you'll need to buy it once.
Oh, well, it doesn't say it gets consumed.
You might need different cages. Like it might be like a. I think it can probably only hold one soul at the same time.
You can't shove them all. This
Yeah.
is not like factory chickens in this
Yeah.
situation.
Oh no.
5 factory souls for just £5 a month. You can help a caged soul.
Hear me out. I say
Oh,
we
this
go
is...
go back to that weird temple, get all the triangles we can get, or Rubik's Cube, or whatever, and just take them to that ghost, and then we can get lots of fun stuff.
Mm.
Then that
Well,
needs
we
to go
have
on
the
the
time.
It's just a quick pop in, steal some.
What if the rest of the
Rubik's
Rubik's Cubes are about wheat, though?
We're still exiled from that area, though. We're not allowed to return.
Daisy Highway, come on, just in out. No one has to.
Do you guys
know.
also not have like a teleportation circle to that dungeon?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
we do?
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure there was one in
Okay,
there.
so at the next convenient time, we should just go get some Rubik's Cubes.
It would be very snappy.
Should we fortify that tower? If we have a teleportation thing there, and it's not being used, and it has entrance to the
I
Nether
don't think
Gloam,
the teleportation... Wait, what? Where?
the Black Tower.
Oh.
Who didn't?
Well, we didn't.
No one else really
It's
knows
from
shit
the
about it.
other place where we fought the dragon, the black.
Yeah,
Oh, is this a different place?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, where
Oh.
we picked up Gek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about the Black Tower though? Is that who owns that?
We handed that off to the Spire because they wanted to investigate it.
Yeah, the necromancy wizard lives there now.
Oh, okay.
Goddamn necromancy wizard.
This is just so aesthetic,
You already have a temple.
Yeah, but holiday home, you know.
I spend most of the day, most of the year I spend in the temple in Grey Thunder, but then, when I need a little break, I go to this place called the Black Tower.
July through August, that's me.
You own multiple properties. You own a blacksmith, a temple, and a house.
Some of us, Rurak, own a
Yes.
pet sheep, and that's about it.
Rex, very materialistic. I'm sorry.
1% bastard.
Rock Town Forge, landlord.
Actually, yes.
A little bit, yeah.
Jake, do I have anyone in Haven? I thought I was putting out flyers or something.
I thought the Suros moved in.
Oh, that's right.
That's what I have in my notes. That may be wrong.
Exploiting Lyda's family, huh?
They're behind on their rent,
Landlord scum.
and they're still living there. So,
So let me put the map up on the stream. Okay. Can I? No, never mind. Where we left off last week, you guys had been pulled up for inspection. Now, there's some points I want to make clear about the situation you are in, just in case they come to anything, right? So, it would be extremely obvious to your characters that you have a remarkably high number of people on this ship, right? Your standard crew, like the ship is normally crewed by like 12 people. That number maybe actually will have ballooned slightly since you upgraded the ship. There might be some new blood on as part of the crew.
Sick.
I'll see. Probably. I don't actually know off the top. I don't actually know how many people you need to crew a ship of this size. I'm just gonna say it's like 12 or however many it is.
I was crewing it with 10 before.
Yeah. But it doesn't really matter because whatever number you were using to crew it, you now have 100 more people on this ship because of the soldiers, right? So it's extremely obvious that there's way more people on here than you would expect. The other ship, the Fog Runner, also has uncharacteristically high numbers of people on board. So I think you guys had a lie and a disguise and a plan and stuff, right?
Loosely.
Okay, so just to be clear, there is you've got 250 people that are having to kind of support that plan and also maintain it and maintain the illusion and disguise. So there's a not insignificant chance that at least one person will fuck that up at some point.
You ever smuggled people, Nary?
No. I feel like Naren's moral code is fairly loose, but not to the point of, well, actually smuggling people because they paid him to smuggle them. Sure, yeah, why not?
It's basically a taxi service.
I was thinking sure.
Naren, what's the thing when you waterboarding pirate? No, I'm not a people smuggler though. I'm not that.
Got some rules.
There's lines. There's a code.
The pirate
What
code?
No. It's Naren's personal code.
I'd be very intrigued to hear it.
Well, it's not exactly outlined. It's not a specific code.
Okay, so, and Lyda, you had cast Seeming, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just gonna, for the benefit of everyone, I'm just gonna read the Seeming spell, so that we're all on the same page. So this spell allows you to change the appearance of any number of creatures that you can see within range. You give each target you choose a new illusory appearance. An unwilling target can make a charisma saving throw, and if it succeeds, it is unaffected by the spell. The spell disguises physical appearance as well as clothing, armor, weapons, and equipment. You can make each creature seem 1 foot shorter or taller, and appear thin, fat, or in between. You can't change a target's body type, so you must choose a form that has the same basic arrangement of limbs. Otherwise, the extent of the illusion is up to you. The spell lasts for the duration, which is 8 hours, unless you use your action to dismiss it sooner. The changes wrought by the spell fail to hold up to physical inspection. For example, if you use the spell to add a hat to a creature's outfit, objects pass through the hat and anyone who touches it would feel nothing or would feel the creature's head and hair. If you use the spell to appear thinner than you are, the hand of someone who reaches out to touch you would bump into you while it was seemingly still in midair. A creature can use its action to inspect a target and make an intelligence investigation check against your spell save DC. If it succeeds, it becomes aware that the target is disguised. So that is the situation of the spell. So Lydia, who had you disguised with seeming?
It was like every non-dragonborn, and then I think I made our dragonborns like a different color.
Okay. Are there any other dragonborn on the ship that you're disguising?
Is there anyone that I think would be
Uh,
known,
well, there's.
or I've been told that are known?
I mean, there's the kind of the named NPCs that we've met so far, including Zorgar's mum, Zorgar and Naren's mum, Balax, basically everyone from
notorious.
the 8th Legion and stuff like that. And is there anyone else you got on your ship that's like famous?
Wait, the whole of the 8th Legion is famous?
Not like as a unit they're kind of famous because they're deserters. But most individual people not so much.
But I mean, do
You could
any
also
of the
just saving
people
them to not look like soldiers. They could still look like themselves, but not have.
scars
soldier
and
armor.
stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, I've still told them to take all their armor and stuff off
Alright.
Yeah, so where did you have them hide that stuff?
in the secret hidden layer.
Okay.
But if they find that, well, then I might as well find a new career.
Sure, okay. So I think yeah, that was we're all on the same page now. So you guys pull up, like you and the fog runner slow down and halt and anchors away. And then this other ship pulls alongside. You can see it has it's got like a name on it. Says it is the SSV Riptide. And the ship pulls alongside. Some people disembark onto your vessel, and then it sails forward a little bit, and some people disembark onto the fog runner. And the people that disembark onto the walrus, they are led by this bronze dragonborn, kind of quite old looking, or at least kind of middle-aged. He has this glass bronze breastplate on under this kind of extravagant overcoat. He has this blue dragon glass cutlass, scimitar, saber thing on his hip.
This dude is cool.
And he says, he steps on and kind of looks around. And he says, "I am Rear Admiral Thanatine of the SSV Riptide, who serves as captain of this vessel."
That will be me. Hello, I'm Captain Marek Wukax. Nice to meet you.
Captain Wukax, not a clan I've heard of. He kind of gestures, and some of his men go and head down into the lower levels of the ship.
I'm afraid not as noble of a clan as yours.
And what business do you have in these waters, Captain Wukax?
Just returning home after a voyage.
Returning home. I do not recognize this ship, or you, Captain?
Well, I mean, the ship is actually fairly new, as you might notice. It's very done up because for the past few years we've been sailing around the mainland doing merchant missions to earn a good bit of money to hopefully return home to a more luxurious life.
I see. So you have a permit then?
I'm afraid not. Left in kind of a hurry.
So you're not a licensed merchant? I'll take that as. Oh, hang on. I have ship ambience. I will take that as a no.
Who needs a license when, merchanting for the mainland in between all of those dwarfs and humans. Like I said, just trying to earn some good money.
And what is your destination, Captain?
Home?
Where is home?
Hang on, give me a second to bring up the map. I'm actually from Ormond myself.
I see. So you're headed there without delay?
Yeah.
And you've riches on board, trade goods?
Other than basic supplies, no, not really.
What is your purpose in Ormond then? What is your business?
To return home, we've heard word that the mainland might not be so safe for us. Hence why we took a fair bit of friends and family back with us.
And where did these friends and family originate from on the mainland?
I don't know, some acquaintances we made along the way, some originate, some are old friends from Ormond as well. Known them since I was a wee kid. Some newer friends.
I see. Awfully low in the water for such a little cargo, Captain. Anything I ought to know?
No? Like I said, just supplies, friends and family, sleeping quarters, a good kitchen, just some good food.
I see. He kind of like, this conversation happens over a while as the ship is being inspected.
So could I invite him into the captain's quarters?
Sure, yeah. He kind of he almost looks like he's kind of like going around waiting for that to happen.
Okay.
Is it just the one guy or is there multiple?
There's one guy doing like most of the chat. He's like attended by a couple of dudes, and there's a bunch of like soldiers that disembarked from the Riptide, and have since gone below decks. You can hear them like inspecting barrels and stuff like that.
Darren, I want to get your attention away from the guy so I can whisper outside.
Sorry, if you'll excuse me, one of my crew has an issue apparently.
No trouble.
Yes?
If anything goes sideways, I have modified memory. I can change shit. I can change 10 minutes worth of stuff. I also have mass suggestion, which affects 12 people, so if you need something if someone goes terribly wrong.
How many people have we spied boarding this ship, Jake?
At least like 30.
Okay, so if less than half of them see something fishy, we're fine.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go back to the Admiral, did we say, and invite him back, continue to invite him into the captain's quarters for, a wee spot of the captain's run.
Sure, yeah, he accompanies you. So mainland trading then.
Yes.
What were you running?
Best. Anything from delivering local farmers wheat to, running silk at one point. That was some good business for us there. Surprisingly good market for the silk business nowadays.
Interesting. You kind of like you're reporting around.
Yeah, I'm pouring them some rum.
Sure, yeah, you kind of like Good stuff.
Thank you. It's quite hard to keep my crew away from it. But you know, it's only for special guests.
He kind of like he smiles a little.
He's warming up to me. I know that.
He says, "So, am I to understand it correctly that you traveled here from the mainland on the backs of the riches you've earned trading there to return to Ormond? Is that correct?"
Well, we were intending to stay a bit longer, but we heard it was better to cut our losses and return now. So, unfortunately, not quite the riches we were hoping for, but the ship is much better than the one we left with.
What's the vessel's name? He kind of like slaps the aft castle
Just
wall.
the wall?
Yeah.
Okay. It's called the Kill Car.
I see. So how does a man like you, Wukax, get involved in the trade?
My father, he was a crew member on a merchant ship when he was younger. Managed to save up enough and knew the right person to get us his own small ship to start off with. And when I was a younger lad, we went out to the mainland to try and improve our business.
Self-made man.
Yeah. Not without my father, though. It was without him, never would have made it to this ship.
Well, we all stand on the shoulders of giants, hmm?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so, Naren, I need you to roll a deception check.
Aww.
Am I within seeing distance?
So anyone... Is anyone else attempting to, like, you know, contribute to the conspiracy here? Like, Lida can probably also contribute here, because she casts seeming.
Oh, it's also going to cast skill empowerment.
Sure, okay. So, like, if you have a thing that your character has done to help, like, you know, maintain this deception, then you can also roll a deception check, and we're going to take, like, the average, and that will be the DC for this guy's investigation.
Well, while I was going to cast skill empowerment gives the creature expertise in a talent.
Okay.
So I was going to give him expertise in deception.
Sure, yeah. Sure, okay.
What does it say? Till spell ends, the creature doubles its proficiency bonus for its ability checks that use creatures.
So I will get +8 onto this roll.
How do you give +60?
Sure, yeah.
If we just make my roll ridiculously high, it doesn't matter what the average is, because it'll still be shot up.
Wait, are you already proficient in expertise, man? I mean, not in
Deception? No.
Yeah. Fuck.
No,
okay,
I
never
am
mind.
No.
Wait. Fuck. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I can't do that. Yeah, I'll already be proficient in it, just not.
Okay, so nothing except the +6. Here we go. And also the inevitable lucky I'm going to use.
Wait, you have a +6 to deception.
From Izzy.
Oh.
How are you helping out, Mir?
Oh!
How are you giving him the +6?
I'm really, wanting about tech with just giving the whole sailor experience. I'm talking about merchant stuff out loud.
Sure, okay.
+6, that's 22.
22, okay. Is anyone else contributing? Like, Linda, I'll probably need a deception check from you.
What was your fake sailor name again?
Mine?
Yeah.
Marak. Marak Wukats.
That was it. Captain Rookie.
Wait, did I get a bonus offered doing the seeming thing?
Yeah, if you give us a deception check, we'll take the average. And in fact, for posterity, let's just roll this dude's thing right now. See how he does. Okay, so that's 17 from him.
17, so it doesn't. Ah.
15.
15. So 15 plus 22, 37 over 2 is 18. Okay.
Oh.
Sure. So yeah, the people, the Suros clan dudes finish their inspection, and there's a knock on the door in the captain's quarters saying, "Inspection finished, sir." And Tanatine kind of like finishes his drink and then gestures outside. And you guys head back out, and there is the crew do their the search officers. They're like nothing of particular note, sir. Awfully light on cargo for the crew members, but nothing, no contraband. And Tanatine kind of nods. He says, "Well, Captain, you're free to continue. You understand, of course, that in perilous times like these, a vessel such as yours given free roam, the papers or identification presents some small problem. So the Riptide will escort you to Ormond to ensure your goodwill."
Fair enough. Feel very honoured to have the support of such a marvellous ship.
He kind of he like gestures to one of the dudes, and one of the dudes he's brought with him. Like they ring a bell, and the ship kind of. Oh no, actually, yeah, they ring a bell, and he says, "If you can just take us back to the Riptide, we'll be on our way. You'll suffer no harm, while guarded by her." And he gestures to the ship.
Did he say that in front of anyone else other than...
He said that in front of the entire crew.
I mean, like, his soldiers and stuff.
Yeah, all the inspection soldiers are like, everyone's on the deck right now.
Guess we'll return him to his ship. Just to clarify, we'll be taking the northern route now.
Of course, yeah.
I'm an experienced sailor myself, but I wouldn't want to risk the teeth scare.
No, I wouldn't. Me either. No, we'll sail around.
Okay.
Are you intending to do any trade while you're here?
Might see what work I can pick up in Ormond, but
Well,
we'll
need to take you to Kieran Toll first to have your papers organized by Clan Rakesh.
Would it be possible to dock at Ormond, just because I know some people there who'd look after the ship and then travel up via land?
Very well, we'll just we'll just place your vessel under watch.
Sounds good.
All right then, men. They depart to their ship, and you guys are left alone, out of earshot of this dude. And they kind of, the Riptide sort of appears to be waiting for you and the Fogrunner.
Right, so Rurak, we're going to need a mighty storm at some point.
Hey, alright. What are we doing?
Well, we have to lose this ship. Because I don't want to find out what happens if we actually dock in Ormond. Unless we can become such good liars that we can actually get proper papers. But that went well, but I don't think we can do that well.
So, where are we actually docking again?
We're going up by Jakali Harbour, up the river, into the forest. But they want to take us to Ormond.
Alright. So they want to go south and we're actually going north? Or
We're
they
coming
want to
in
go
from the north, so we're going to go by Jacali Harbour on the way to Ormond.
Oh,
But
okay.
we want to kind of peel off.
So what? We want to lose them in a storm by Jacali Harbour, and
Maybe not right by it, because that'll be the search area. Maybe either north or south of it.
okay. Do you know where?
I guess it'll depend on what patrols we see and also which way the wind is blowing when we're over there.
Like, do you want me to be off the ship then? Because
We need to be to cause the storm, because they're going to be watching over us the whole time. So if you take off in a giant crow, they might notice.
would it be best to take off in a giant crow now or later?
How about never? I feel
Well,
like a giant
you
crow
want-
at any point is fairly suspicious.
The storm will be centered on me wherever I am.
That's fine. We need to use it as a cover. We don't want to destroy the ship. Well, that might be a nice bonus, but we just need it to be violent enough that we can slip away.
Alright. Well, you let me know when you want the storm. We'll figure something out.
Okay. Guess we have to try and communicate this to the fog runner now. But I guess for now we'll kind of do I think it would be acceptable to pull up to the fog runner and talk before following after the other ship, or
you Matthew probably don't have any different idea, like
then
if you
Marin would?
yeah, basically,
Okay,
yeah.
sure. I guess no. We'll just follow after. And is your Raven on holiday, Patrick? Or
What about?
Yeah.
What's he doing right now?
Jake, what is Korvaki doing right now?
You still got the token. Like, he's around.
Sure.
Oh, he's around?
Yeah.
Can you send them to the other ship with a message of the plan?
Yeah, sure. You got one? Like a little slip or piece of
It's
paper?
a talking bird.
I'm okay. Korvaki.
The like the little kind of tom thing kind of like flickers and grows into this weird bird. Hey, boss.
Hey, how's it going?
All right.
Captain Marin wants you to relay a message. Marin what's he tell him in their ship?
You tell the other ship, Ruak is going to cause a giant storm which we're going to use to slip away from the guide ship, past Jacali Harbour, and up the river. So when there's a giant storm, try and keep track of us, and if you lose us, just go for the final destination as well. Just make sure you lose the big ship.
Okay, so I fly that like 50 feet over there to that other ship. Who am I delivering this to? Just anyone who listens?
No. Samon, the guy in the Naren describes armor that Matthew doesn't know.
Okay, so there's gonna be a dragon man over there wearing armor, and I gotta go and tell him that there's gonna be a storm, and we're gonna lose them, and we're gonna meet at Jackley Harbour. Is that right?
Up the river of Thingy Harbour, but yes.
Up the river of Jackley Harbour. Okay. Koiveki away! And he flies off.
Does he fly to the right ship?
He does fly to the right ship, yeah.
Okay.
Like he kind of flies. It looks like it's a bit of wobble, and he kind of like he does like a little circle and goes to the right one. Yeah. What do you guys do?
I would like to say, if anyone has a better plan than this, please suggest it now, because I'm not confident with this plan. It's just all I've got.
You could
Getting papers.
could go get could ask Leda to do some mind boggly majiggery. Go, hey, no, you
Oh.
decided to just go home.
Damn it, could we have done that to the dudes in the captain's quarters before? Damn it.
It doesn't matter as long as he's like, oh guys, you've had a change of mind and you're just gonna go home because these are really cool dudes. You know?
Okay, do we know roughly how long it's going to take to sail Dormant from a...
About a day. Oh, you got one more day sailing. Like, it's the morning of the... no, it's... You get there, like at midnight tonight, probably.
Damn it, I was going to suggest night stealth mission onto their ship and hypnotize them.
Jake,
Yes.
how are the seas? How's the sky? Does it look like there's a storm coming, or is it?
No, it's pretty calm.
Can I don't know, spend hours praying, just being like, hey, you want to make it look a bit stormier?
Yeah, give us a religion check.
Cool. Oh, I'm on the map. Is it escape? How do you get off the map in Fantasy Grounds?
It's just the default background.
No, it's right click, close window, I think. Right, okay, hang on. Religion check.
Yes. With your wisdom.
Yes, so this is, would be another +5 on top. +5? Yeah, because, so 24.
24, okay. Sure, so, yeah, you guys, you're setting off. Yeah, so you guys set off. Rurek goes and sequesters himself downstairs, and you can hear chanting and praying and, kind of weird, like, Althian hymns from behind the door. And kind of as the day goes on, as you're kind of rounding, like you're rounding past the Cove of Drakes, there starts to be clouds developing in the sky around you. It starts to get kind of gloomy and overcast.
Can I ask how big is the biggest you can make this storm?
I don't know. Does this sphere storms have that details on that in Fantasy Ground?
I don't think you get any control over the storm size.
I actually don't think I have the item in Fantasy
Yeah, I don't know if I
Grounds
put it in
either,
Fantasy Grounds yet. Let me check on D&D Beyond.
You've used it before though, right?
but- Yeah.
Do we have a rough gauge of how big it is?
I actually kind of want to say something like 120 feet, but I don't know.
That doesn't feel like a massive storm.
No. Pretty centralized storm if that's the case.
That feels like maybe it might cover the ship.
Once per day, you may use an action to create a thunderstorm above the sphere's location in a 3-mile radius.
That's fair.
3 mile. 120 feet.
You know, it's standard.
How big is a hex again?
On this is a hex is a 3 mile, so it's a 2 hex. It's 2 hexes wide,
Okay. That's
pretty big.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to think of the least suspicious way to do it.
Looking at the geography of scale, is there a bit that looks like it'd be more prone to this kind of weather? Like a mountain range or something? I don't know how that works.
Northwest, right? The big mountains there.
Probably, yeah. I don't really remember enough geography to tell you where thunderstorms are most likely to appear.
Yeah.
But Rurek would know.
Sure. Can he apply that knowledge to best
Yeah.
guess where to make the storm and when?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, we'll say, Rurak reckons, for reasons known to Rurak reckons the best point to do it is probably around about the that top northwestern mountain.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
I mean, if Naren can flag that main dude back at all, I can just modify the memory. Or at least try to. It'd be like you actually, like someone actually found the papers or something that we wouldn't have needed and showed it to them, and they all checked out. And then they were fine with us just heading on our own.
And can you do this? You said up to 12 people.
No, that's only one person.
Oh,
The
okay.
12 people one is my suggestion, which is like I could suggest a course of action for them to do.
Okay, we can try that because I'm not confident about the thunderstorm in the northwest because that means we need to overtake them or hide in a cove and try and sneak down afterwards.
The only thing with the memory thing is that we kind of need the guy on this alone, I guess. And I think you can just be like, oh yeah, I just want a meeting because we actually did find the papers I thought we didn't have. We'd rather you not waste your time, type thing.
Yeah, I can get him into the captain's quarters because he came into the captain's quarters alone before, right, Jake?
You did, yeah.
Okay.
I'm afraid that'll work.
I'll try and signal his ship.
Sure, yeah, you flag them down. When they, there's a bit of flag communication, and then, you come to an arrangement to halt. And they drop anchor. You guys pull up alongside. And one of just the regular schmucks on board kind of comes to the side. He says, "Hi."
I need to speak to your captain, admiral, whatever. Found some papers that might actually be of help.
All right. Admiral Penalty. They've signaled us, sir. The captain wishes to speak to you. Something about papers. Very well. He comes back. He says, "Yes, he'll be over in just a moment." And they extend the gangplank. And Tanakine comes back. And, strays over, accompanied by some weenies. He says, "Yes."
Very foolish of me. Very sorry about this, but I've actually just found some papers that my father has informed me about. I didn't even know we had.
Found them.
Well, he kept them to himself when he left, but
When did you leave?
Must have been 10 years ago now. I was only a teenager. He was captain of the ship back then.
10 years ago.
Yes.
And these are papers of mark.
I believe so. You'll have to speak to my dad about that.
All right, bring him out then.
I'll call Farrell over.
Sure, Farrell comes over.
Thank God.
He's like, "Yeah."
I assume Farrell is used to the bullshit lies at this point. Just...
Oh yeah, he knows. Yeah, he's like, "Yes, son. How can I help?"
Did you tell the admiral here about these papers you felt the need to not inform me about?
Oh yes, well, very
the ship the
foolishly
first
of me.
time?
Very foolishly of me. When we left Scale 15 years ago,
God damn it.
I had all the papers and I just plumb forgot about them until right now. And I found them stowed away in an old rum bottle. Would you believe it or not? And he produces just this like envelope that he just has in his pocket. Just produces an envelope and kind of like waves it and puts it back in. So a big mix-up, Isn't that right, son?
This is the most roundabout way you could have done this.
Okay, I'm
of
gonna
course.
cast Modify Memory right now.
Right here, in front of everyone.
I don't know how visible it is.
You this negotiation is happening on the deck, like the two ships are alongside. There's a gangplank, and he's basically just stepped off the gangplank. So there's a bunch of folk on the other side watching.
Hang on, let me try and
Okay.
invite him into the captain's quarters
Wait.
to inspect them. And if that goes sideways, then please modify the heck out of their memories.
I can only do one.
Interesting story we've got here. Chaps!
Was that signaling us or the crew?
You guys, he kind of like crosses his arms.
Oh, I'm sorry, would you like to inspect the papers in the captain's quarters?
I
Very
bring them
sorry
in.
about this.
As soon as, if he opens that envelope, as soon as he starts reading it and casts a modify memory, I only have to see him.
Sure,
We
okay.
don't know what's in
So
the
I can
envelope,
hide.
though. It might not even be a letter.
Yeah, he does not appear to be. He is not for moving. He just like kind of gestures to Ferrell to hand it over, and Ferrell kind of looks at you, and quite nonchalantly just pulls the envelope over and hands it over, and kind of looks at you, and kind of.
I'm gonna continue with
This'll
this.
sort it out, eh, son?
This wouldn't be an issue, Dad, if you had just sorted it when they first boarded. We
Look,
could
I
have just
mean,
been
you
on our
know,
way to Ormond.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's
Now
it's
these
remarkable
good men have
what you
wasted their
find.
time with their lovely ship. Guiding
They
us
were
to
going
no
in this
reason.
direction, anyways. And Tanatine kind of takes this envelope, this stained envelope, and he kind of opens it and pulls this sheet of paper out, and starts reading it, and then he kind of like looks up at Aaron.
Better do the thing.
Okay, I'm casting modify memory.
Okay, what is it?
Wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw.
I really hope this works.
Hang on,
Out
let
of
me find
curiosity, can Naren see what's on the piece of paper?
You can tell there's text on it. I guess it's 7.
That's not good enough.
Oh.
Okay. So he has become charmed by me, and for the duration, he is incapacitated, unaware of his surroundings, but he can still hear me. So basically, all I have to do is kind of tell him what did happen.
In front of his crew members.
So I'm basically, I'm gonna say that he was called over, was told that they had found the right paperwork. He examined the paperwork, and it all checked out, seemed fine. The older gentleman seemed a little bit cookie, but it was all figured it all out, and
This is some
is there
Ben
anything else I
Kenobi
should
shit.
add in?
But not the droids, you.
And you concluded that you didn't actually have to follow the ship up towards wherever that place is.
Ormond.
And you were free to go about your regular job. And then you handed the paper back to the man. And I'm going to tell Naren, take that out of his hands before he wakes up and sees it.
Sure, give us a stealth check to see if anyone else notices you doing this.
Dale? It was almost an 18. Almost.
Not that it's probably gonna matter, but you want a plus six?
Yes, please.
Do you have your inspiration?
12. I don't know if I do. To be honest. I don't have my notebook that has all the inspiration stuff on it. I mean, I'm short. I'm behind the fucking thing on the ship.
That's true.
Oh yeah, are you not naturally stealthy? Does that not give you an advantage or something?
Well, it helps me hide behind things that are
That would make more sense.
not big. And the only thing for the spell, I have to be like within 30 feet, but I only have to see him. I don't actually have to be like.
Okay, hang on. Let me read the spell. What's your final number?
12, I think.
What 18? And Mori. Let's have a read here.
If anyone else could make a distraction for the rest of their crew, please do.
That's what I'm doing with my +6. I'm starting off a really good siege actually.
Reaction.
Okay. Sure. So Lydia, you start chatting to this guy. The rest of you watch as this guy takes this envelope, this stained, weird envelope, that's creased in places, and he kind of pulls the stuff out and looks at it and. Well, it all appears to be in order. All right, men. Let's resume our patrols. Good. Fair winds and following seas to you, sir. And he goes back over to his ship, and there's people on the ship who are like looking at him, going, "What the funk?" And you hear him like ring a bell and go, "What are you all standing there for? Let's go!" And they're like, and they raise their anchor and peel away.
We did it, lads!
Way.
Spells OP.
So no storm?
Oh,
I'm sorry,
We
right?
could maybe still use it to sneak up Jacali Harbour without anyone seeing
storm.
us.
I've been praying for 2 hours.
Should you be doing that anyway?
I mean,
That's
yes,
your job.
but I was
Rick.
praying for a purpose. I was on the clock
Your
there.
purpose is supposed to be to worship your god, not to make him your bitch to give you things you want.
He was trying to help you, and you're insulting him.
What? You can't do that. I was trying. Yeah, thanks for Drogo. Right, let's get to
What's the
this
plan
harbor
now?
then.
Well,
You guys
Yeah.
watch these guys head off in the direction you'll still be going in.
we'll stall a little.
They're still doing the same way. It's like, bye, okay, bye.
Yeah, we'll stall a little until there.
Sure.
But we'll still follow behind so we don't hit the next patrol.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, you guys follow behind. And kind of as the sun is setting, you come into, you can see what is presumably Jacali Harbour in the distance. It's this small fishing village. There's this picturesque reef outside. There's all these ships, out fishing and kind of coming back towards the city or the village as the sun's going down. It looks very pretty. Like the water over the edge of the ship is super clear. You can see all the way down there, especially as you come close in. You can see like all the different like coral and stuff downstairs. Various mad things milling around. You see like this weird like draconic shark eat this other thing and then swim off in a different direction.
Boy.
And yeah, you come up to, you can see the river like a couple minutes away, and you can see Jacali Harbour. There is this vessel docked there in the harbour that's flying a Clan Suros flag, and you can also see, even at this distance, that forward progress up the river is going to be blocked because there's a bridge.
Damn it! Foiled by a bridge.
What do you guys do?
I guess maybe the couple minutes it's got to take us to get to the harbour isn't enough time to formulate a plan. So maybe we should double back into that wee cove behind that wee island to formulate some kind of new plan, or do you all just wing it?
Unbridge the bridge.
Well, my main
That's
thought
quite
was,
extreme
like,
winging it.
Shouldn't we try and secure a way to actually get people? No, that's not very urgent because we already beat that guy. I don't really know how you get him.
Well, he said we'd have to go to Karen Hall. which is the capital.
Never mind. Well, how we getting up the river then? We're not up the river.
Well, the only way we can get up the river at this point is either the boat learns to fly,
Nice.
the ship destroys the bridge,
Oh, so nice.
the ship is shrank to the size that it can fit under the bridge.
How big is the bridge?
It's a footbridge. It's a small stone footbridge, quite low to the ground.
Damn it.
Can we use control water to push the boat over the bridge?
wave.
How
That
wide is
sounds
the
good.
river in general? Like, would we actually be able to get up the river?
It's like it's about as wide as the. It's slightly narrower than the Clyde.
Oh, we can make up that.
Yeah,
So is this like the
How many
Wiggly
control
Bridge?
water?
it's kind
how
of
many
it,
water-
but lower, right?
Wiggly
Ah.
Bridge, but lower.
Yeah.
I mean, what we could do is stick it out to see how busy the river is at night. If it's not, then we could just, do a little tidal wave over it on the bridge, surf it up, get over the bridge on the boat.
What's the plan right now, though? Are we docking in Jakali Harbour and just bullshitting our way through? Or are we backing off to the cove? Because if we just rock up at Jakali Harbour with a fuck ton of soldiers...
Well, if we have to make people leave the ship, we should do it in 10 people groups every 15 minutes. I'll make everyone look like each other, so it looks like the same group of 10 people, but really we're
that
filling
could,
up the whole harbor.
could work. Okay. Fuck it. Sounds like we're going the wing it way, so let's wing it. Typical dubious walrus way, let's just dock up at the harbour.
Okay.
Well, I mean, what other options do we have?
Quick
Yeah.
question. If, in the dead of night, we truck the ship to half size and everyone we have on board just picks up the ship and runs down again. Would that work? We have a lot of people.
The ship half the size. The ship is the ship at half size is still 60 feet long.
We have 400 people though.
That's true. You
We
do. You could probably do it.
Some strong people.
Yeah, but also someone is
Dragon
bound to see 400 people.
Like the
carrying
bridge
a
is
small ship.
the village is here, and there's a small little footpath, and then there's the bridge, right? It's within visual distance of the town.
Ooh, shells could break the bridge and then rebuild it.
Just fucking break it.
I'll be back in a minute while you guys negotiate your plan.
Wait, quick question. Is the bridge wooden or concrete?
Stone.
No.
We have the stone shape.
You're also a waterbender, right?
Instead of doing a tidal wave over, can you not just make the water lower so we can go underneath?
We
I
got
feel
sail,
like
mate.
fun.
We got mast. It's not
Yeah,
gonna.
real low.
I don't think the river goes that low.
No. Also, the bridge is the least of our worries. The Clan Suros ship that's sitting in the harbour is a much bigger worry.
We
This wouldn't be an
use
issue if we had an
Rurak's
airship.
storm thing,
No, it wouldn't.
and then it's a big storm and no one can see, and everyone's going to be inside anyway, so they aren't going to notice.
Yeah,
The
storm.
Dragonborn benching a ship.
But we'd have to do it twice. There's 2 ships.
So, I'm just providing solutions, man.
You're not ready to listen to solutions, Matthew.
Wait, what's the problem with the harbor right now?
There's 1, a Clan Suros ship, and 2, just a bunch of people who will see a fuck ton of Dragonborns in a ship that's not been seen before rock up.
What's the problem with the other ship? Is it just if they see us, they're going to be aggro instantly, or is it
It's their
Is it
job
a
as
separate-
security of the waters, and this is a ship. It's not like they'll instantly be aggro. If they question us, it's the same as last time. We have no papers. Be another lie.
Well, whatever. If I can only do modify memory once more, and it's my 6th level spell, and if that fails, then I can't do it again. So
Do
but
they
I
know?
skip the scene.
Do they know if it's worked? Something's been done to them? If it failed?
It doesn't say, so I'm assuming no.
I say we dock at the harbour, call in a hell of a storm. Some of the crew goes to the pub to play it off as we've just landed and they have a story. Meanwhile, we smuggle the soldiers out of the village and up the river, just on foot. And then we'll figure out how or what to do with the ship after that.
I still think if we're going to summon the storm, we may as well carry the ship with us.
Big storm.
Maybe.
I feel like if people notice a ship up the river where it can't possibly have gotten because there's a stone bridge there,
Yeah,
You
that's
can-
what
it might be a little bit sus. You're like,
we can
how
hide
did
the
that
ship.
get there? Because they're, people will know that ships can't get up that river.
I was
Because there's
considering, like, you can get logs and pull the ship out of the river. We have 400 men, that's maybe doable.
but not stealthily.
How many people do you think are cutting about in the forest? I hope not a lot. Is that a
Do we
thing
start the
Dragonborn
storm
people do?
before we dock?
Yes, no, maybe, up to you, Storm
I
Master.
think yes, and then you dock, and then you
What? No, actually, no matter what
we're
we're
on
doing,
the boat, get into the tavern, and that's when you sneak the rest of the crew up river.
question:
Not
why
brilliant,
don't we
that
just
storm.
dock somewhere else and then have the soldiers walk?
Because we could dock in the cove and hide, but there's a chance a patrol will find us. Also, the troops have to walk further, so there's a bigger chance they'll run into something on the land.
But there's also less chance that all the villagers are going to see 400 Dragonborn wearing armor, swanning about.
Well, the hope is that the storm will cover them sneaking off while it looks like our crew is disembarked and at the pub.
Fair enough.
But I don't know, if people want to back off to the cove and sneak in that way, I'm happy to do that.
Also, we could have just like dropped people off on the land, like while we were going around. Like just been like scatter some people here, scatter some people here, and no, start making our way towards
What's the cove like?
It's a cove.
We passed it on the way, Jake. Did we take in notes of the cove?
What cove are you talking about? The Cove of Drakes?
No. The one small cove with
Are you
the
talking about
wee
that
island.
tiny little bit? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just north of Jakali Harbour.
It's just there's a little island. There's some trees on it. There's a nice
Actually,
nice pebble beach.
Is it tall enough to obscure the view of the ships?
From some angles.
Could do for now.
Did we see any, like, Goonie-style caves as we were sailing round?
Any watchtower caves?
Goonie style.
Goonie-style caves.
Uh,
It's like a big thing that a tall ship just emerges from at the end of the movie.
Nothing immediately obvious.
Damn it.
We have like a real hard look though. If we don't have like a guy with a telescope, checking the coast for any Goonie.
Right, get you go up there.
Okay.
Check for goody style caves.
I thought it was... I thought it was Niall and Morsey up there.
Maybe I don't know.
I think you want the ship docked because you want people to think the ship is legit. But actually, going to the cove and dropping people off and then going to the town or it's starting to sound like more sense.
Okay, let's just double back because there's too much debate anyway, and it probably looks weird that we're slowly floating towards this harbour. So, the issue is we might hit another patrol on the way back there.
Well, then let's just get a bunch of people off the ship as fast as possible and then go back to the island.
If anyone asks, we're hippies and we just like being in caves, you know?
Hippies love
Okay,
caves.
we're
It's
going
not
to head
against
back,
the law.
inspect the cove, maybe put up a storm on the other side of the island, like towards the open water as opposed to the mainland, just so if any patrols do go by. So that might mean you and a birch Rure.
Alright.
Also, maybe just when we're out of sight and we don't see anyone around us, put you in a bird so you can be like eye in the sky, forward scout to tell us if we're gonna hit patrol.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So once we're out of sight, I'll take wings up, and I'll be above you guys with like a sending stone or whatever, and let you know.
Sounds good.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so summarize your plan for me.
Doubling back to the kind of cove with the tiny island, looking for an ideal spot if there is one. Ruak is going to be up on the bird as soon as we're out of sight and don't see anyone around, so that he can watch out for other patrols. Possibly putting a storm down if there is one. And if there's nothing in the cove, we'll just go drop a bunch of people off along the coast so they can walk to the place in the forest upriver, and we'll sail up.
Okay.
Or sail to the harbour.
So you guys, you approach Chicali Harbor, you get the lay of the land, you half-mast the sails, so you're drifting forward and then start to turn away back. And you loop around into this little cove. There's this island kind of in the middle of the water, covered in trees. You can see some weird movement over there from creatures and stuff. In fact, let's stop the ocean there. Quiet the ocean. And you guys sort of park up, and then you're disembarking soldiers, yeah?
Just to scout out to see if this is a good location, and also see if anyone else will have seen us come up there.
It's almost certain that someone will have seen you look back.
But will they have seen us go into this cove is the main.
There's no one immediately obvious. You're sending folks to just scout that area out.
The scouts, the
Sure.
barb people or scouts, right?
Yeah, the Blackbirds, yeah. Okay, and what are you guys individually doing?
Looking for a Goonie style cave.
Yes.
Or the closest
Flying
thing
with
to
wings once we're out of sight.
Sure. What about Muir and Lida and Zarzan and Hraffen?
Looking for a Goonie style cave.
Okay.
I'm down for that. That sounds fun.
Also just hanging out.
Okay. So you guys park up. Some folks get off and explore. How long are you going to stay parked for?
Well, going to, after the scouts have got off and stuff like that, just look for a kind of location to park the ship, even if it's not a Goonie style cave, just like more foliage, more trees that we could maybe obscure ourselves from.
See if even if there's a bit of foliage, I can make it grow a bit further and cover the ship that way.
That'd be cool. How quick can that happen?
Oh, pretty quick. Just plant growth and just up it comes.
Oh yeah, can we conceal the ship behind a bunch of plant life?
Yeah, there's that. If you bring it close to that island, there's probably there'll be an angle you can find that kind of obscures it pretty well from.
Like maybe a cliff face, so it looks like it's just lined up or something against a wall.
There's not. This bit's not really cliffy. But yeah, there'll be a way for you to try and hide the ship there so that it at least isn't visible from the ocean. It's going to be hard to hide it in such a way that if someone just takes a wander up here, they don't notice it.
Okay, yeah, well, that's what the scouts are for then.
Sure. Yeah, so you guys park the ship up, try and obscure it as best you can. People start offloading. The scouts report back after about an hour. They say, "We found a cave system, sir.
Is it Goonie style?
I don't know what that means, sir."
Is it big enough to fit a tall ship and a ridiculous amount of treasure?
Not so much, sir. But it might fit. I think we could fit people in there.
How concealed is it?
There looks like there's foot traffic. I wonder if maybe the people come up here isn't, just as a nice trip or something. But we could find ways to dissuade people against that, I suppose.
Is this on the island or on the mainland?
On the mainland. Just in the foothills over there.
Okay. Yeah, we could also maybe use like some wildlife and stuff to conceal the entrance of the cave. Make it more hidden. Is there any like hills or big trees on the island?
Like that island is well, actually that island's a mile and a half across. There's no hills. It's just a jungly island.
Does it seem as if people go to that island? Can I send the scouts to just go see if any sign of people traveling through it, or?
Yeah, they probably report back that there's no signs really. There's some nasty snakes over there.
Okay. Venturing party vote. Cave with maybe foot traffic that we can maybe plant over and hide, or island with scary snakes but a lot of jungle.
Should it not just be like whatever conceals the ship best? And we could do both, to be honest. Right?
Which one is closer to the ship?
The island.
Probably go for the island then.
Yeah, I mean, what use is the cave, really?
Yeah. If we do the island and we kind of set
I
up
feel
a
like
camp.
it's easy to lie about the island as well. People do come up, just be like, oh, we just wanted to make camp here on solid ground. Or something, you know. Island getaway. But not really, because
With
Scale's
the
already an
snakes.
island.
Okay, yeah, let's set up shop on the wee island, I guess.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So you guys offload onto the island. You guys are you guys like pitching tents and stuff like that as well?
Sure. Yeah, setting up some kind of sleeping arrangements.
I love
Sure.
this little island. This feels like a nice little outpost.
Okay. So give us a stealth check, right? Just for the whole operation. So if you're contributing something to the stealth check, contribute, and we'll get an idea of just of how well hidden your guys' operation is.
Is this an average thing again?
Probably, yeah.
Do you want fog? I can do fog.
Sure, if that's your contribution, I guess. Is it like we have to roll a stealth check, or is it like a skill check where we roll what we want to get a certain amount of successes?
Let's make it a skill challenge, eh? Everyone likes skill challenges.
Sorry, guys.
So, if you go into the notes, you should be able to see the skill challenge page thing. This is an easier skill challenge. 5 successes, 3 failures. 3 failures. Like getting 3 failures means that you are discovered at some point before you would be heading off to the Citadel of the Moon. 2 or 1 failures is just kind of illustrative of how likely someone is to know that there's maybe something over there.
Okay.
And if you can get 5 successes without any failures, then you hide the ship like brilliantly.
I want that. I really want that.
Jake, being up in the air above, can I see what pockets of civilization are there? Are there like just the town, the port town, or is there like?
So the biggest pocket is the port town. There is a farmstead up in the hills, and there's like a little thorp by the forest, and a couple of like independent farms dotted around the place. Your nearest one is in like the hex southwest of the island, if that makes sense.
Southwest of the island?
Oh, southeast, sorry. Yeah, no, southwest is water. Nothing over there.
Water farm.
Water town.
There might actually be a fish farm somewhere. Yeah, there's a fish farm, like a little bit, kind of halfway between you and the town.
Could I above the cloud line, make a storm that comes out from the sea towards basically in between all those pockets of buildings and civilization and things, just so that basically all eyes are on that storm.
Sure, just while you guys are offloading and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, give us a. Whatever check you feel. Religion, maybe? I don't know.
I'm gonna go with religion because
Yeah.
that's my best roll. So, and that 20 will do it.
Okay,
So
well that's 2 successes right off the bat.
Damn.
Everyone's super distracted.
Who would next like to contribute something to this operation?
I would like to use Naren's strength to quickly whip supplies off the ship. Quickly move them into the jungle so that hopefully he's not seen and the ship isn't seen while offloading. Or is it already fine? But yeah. Quickly moving supplies into the tree line.
Sure, yeah, okay, yeah. Go for it, give us
What
athletics.
is leaving, like, we all get off, like, on this island and then the crew go with the ship to the dock or whatever.
Gonna use lucky. God damn it.
A 16 is still enough.
Oh shit, yeah, I didn't even need the DC, I just assumed.
Yeah, so Aaron is, putting the smuggler training to work. He's hauling crates. You manage to orchestrate like you toss a crate to Petrix tosses a crate to some other dude, and there's a runner that runs back and forth. And there's a chain of barrel throwing. Who else would like to contribute something?
I would.
Can
I would like to persuade all the crew members and people to help out as much as they can, and
sure, yeah,
especially help Naren get all the stuff off, and just help rally people up.
Yeah, sure, go for it. Go for persuasion. Oh yeah, that'll do it. Yeah.
Nice.
Zorgar is, he's taking advantage. Just being around Zorgar is something that's inspiring. You feel courageous. You feel like you can't be frightened. You feel like you're more resistant to just everything when you're around Zorgar. And he's helping manage and, encouraging people. And Muri, you said you wanted to do something as well.
Can I use investigation to make sure there aren't any booby traps or outposts or other kind of... To make sure we're safe. Keeping an eye
Sure,
out for
yeah,
bullshit.
okay, sure, yeah, go for it.
So close to a perfect success. Yes!
There you go. Okay, so you guys are, you offload the stuff mega rapid. Muir is, investigating the island, looking around, and, you see her get, a compass out at some point, like a trigonometry compass, and is looking at angles and stuff like that,
Angles.
Appraises you that you should be safe enough and no one doesn't think you'll be able to be seen here. And you guys load off onto this tiny little island and aren't bothered for 2 or 3 days. And are, at that point it seems safe enough that you're probably not going to be bothered for a while and you've kind of gotten away with it.
Invisible.
Successful. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you guys have made landfall in scale. So I think we will skip ahead a week or so. How are you guys spending that week between arriving in scale and midwinter?
I think making up a base, right? Some sort of...
some kind of temporary base. Remember, we could be found and have to move fairly quickly.
Yeah.
But still secure. With,
Did you say there was a cave on the island, or...?
No, it's in the hills of the mainland.
Yeah, there's in the foothills nearby.
Okay. Well...
I mean, if we're staying here for at least a week at first, we'll have plenty of time to actually scout and figure out the best path.
Yeah, do some scouting, maybe send some people into the nearby towns and villages and stuff to gather more information over this first week.
Mhm.
Are we allowed to expand on the war handout, like just by gaining information from talking
Yeah,
to locals
absolutely. Yeah.
and stuff?
Yeah.
That's another thing I was going to ask Jake. You know how I was wanting to research general war things, and that
Yes.
was going to give them handouts. I was wondering if by finding out about the magic people, I could find out more about them.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. If you have a question, you can pick one question that's related to the field of war and scale and get an answer to it. You might not get it today, but you'll get an answer to it.
Yeah. I'll try and figure out a specific question. I don't
Sure.
know. I just like to know more about magic people.
Okay.
So, is there only like towns and villages the ones listed on the map, or are those just like
Those are
main
just
ones?
the major ones, like the ones of note. I put Jacali Harbor on the map because I believe at some point it featured in Aaron's backstory.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure. But like Balat's like otherwise Carental, Ormonth, and Balat are like the three biggest population centers. But there's all sorts of like tiny little villages and towns and hamlets and thorps scattered around the place. So I can sort of expand on this like region of scale for you. In fact, I should probably note this stuff down.
Jake, what's the ratio of like races in the like at least in the port town? Like, is it mostly foreign?
It's almost almost everyone here is almost everyone on scale is Dragonborn. You see the occasional there's some halflings and stuff like that around. You see the occasional human or halfling.
We
From-
integrate well with all societies.
It's true. Right, hang on. So I need to do a regional map of the bit around County Harbor. And answer Lida's question on war. Planet Lida's.
I think the question of war will probably be like how to find their base, or if there's any sort of like something like that, or where they're located. Because I know that's like a secret thing.
Sure. Okay.
If there's any clues on that.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. So yeah, you guys spend a week or so establishing yourself and getting the lay of the land here, formulating plans and such. So I'll expand that map for when we're next on scale. But otherwise, the next day of note will be midwinter, when the veil for the Citadel of the Moon becomes weakest.
It's druid time.
Sorry for forgetting to press the button. I was saying Druid time too.
What is your guys' plan?
We've got a
Is,
planned walk, no?
oh, for getting to Druid thing?
Yeah, who's coming? Is everybody coming, or is some people?
Nairn and Zorgar are not, but we are sending stand-ins.
Cool.
Where are the standing?
I will be Ward.
And I will be Sargon. But I feel like you've hung out with Sargon for years, but does the party know who Sargon is? I
Who
don't know.
is Sargon? You're like,
Yeah, I think
oh,
that's a no.
Sargon. I was like, who's that?
I don't know.
I'm
Weird.
remembering badly.
Sargon.
Maybe not years,
The
maybe
friend
a
doesn't
year.
get invited to stuff.
Years
Like that
by
person that
year.
you see everywhere, and you're like, they introduced themselves to me like 6 months ago, and I've forgotten their name, and I can't ask what their name is now.
Every time you meet him, you're like, oh, hi, I'm Lida. It's like, we've known each other for 5 years.
So Naren, you're going to see Sargon, is that right? And
Yes.
sure, yeah, he's just doing whatever task he was assigned, like pitching a tent or looking at strategic maps or something.
Sargon, may I have a word with you?
Yes, Commander, yeah. How can I help?
Not sure if you've heard, but my party is going to quickly deal with a matter of druid nature.
I see.
And
We'll be losing them for a minute then.
yes, I'm afraid so. But
That'll affect the plans.
somewhat. But hopefully they shouldn't be gone too long. But Zorga and I obviously can't leave. Too much work to do here.
Yes.
And I trust them. They'll probably be fine. But I'd like to send someone to be sure.
I see where this is going, sir.
Good.
I'll go and speak to Kareth, shall I?
No, you don't see where this is going. I was just about to insult your intelligence if you didn't get it. You, Sargon. You've been one of my most loyal soldiers ever since you joined my group. I'm not asking you to do anything stupid or risk your life. Just watch over them.
All right, sir. What's the mission? What's the scenario?
Something to do with a staff in a mystical land, the temple and monks.
Straight bullshit.
Sir, I'm not sure. I'm not. If I'm honest, I'm not sure I'm cut out for that sort of thing. But I mean, if that's, I'll happily go. If those are your orders.
Are you just sending a sailor?
Yeah,
Oh,
are you
no.
tagging along a level
God damn it.
1 to this?
Who's Sargon?
He's not a sailor. Yeah, I'm sure you'll catch on quickly. You'll have the rest of the...
They'll brief me, will they?
Yeah, they'll brief you. I mean, I haven't really asked that much, but I'm also going to be sending Zazan with you.
He seems all right, very well. Yeah, he seems.
Actually, just double checking, was Malcolm going in this? Okay, yeah, I'm sending Zazan with you.
All right, yeah. He seems like a good choice, sir. When do we leave?
Well, how long have we been here?
Like this probably the day before midwinter.
Tonight.
Right at dawn.
Right, sir. Okay.
Did you ever meet the
Pack your
other druid?
bags.
Did I meet the what? Sorry?
I'm asking Sargon if he ever met fuck, I've forgotten his name now. Sylvia.
Yeah.
He has not. He has never met him.
Do you want to?
Imagine Haraphan, but more like a tree.
Yeah.
I see, sir. Are you sending anyone? Is Lord Zorgar sending anyone in his stead?
No.
Actually, come to think of it, no. I said sending someone in his stead, but I think he just has faith in the party.
Well, they are capable. Very well.
Yes.
Should I? Have I got a commanding officer for this? Should I report to anyone?
I'm scared to give that power to someone because I feel like they may abuse it. So, how our party normally operates is everyone has an equal say. You have no commander. Your word has as much weight as anybody else's.
I see.
I will say the same to Zazan. Actually, can I
Are you
just
meeting with
call
both
over
of them?
Zazan now for this? Yeah, just
Sure,
have
okay, yeah.
them both at this meeting.
Sorry, I'm like he nods at Zarzan.
Hello there.
Hello. I guess I should have called you over at the beginning, so I didn't have to do this rundown twice. But the summary is: I need you to go on mystic bullshit adventures for hopefully a short period of time. You'll meet a person that's like Haraphan but more tree-ish. Don't risk your life stupidly. You're just going there to, watch over the party and make sure nothing happens.
Are we traveling on the ship, sir?
Alright.
No, you'll be traveling via tree.
Excuse me?
We're fashioning our own ship? I don't follow, sir.
Do you get seasick, Sargon? Or Zazen? Either of you get seasick?
A little bit initially, but seems to be fine now.
I'll let it be a surprise. Some people do get slight motion sickness from the journey, but I'm sure you'll be fine.
He
The
kind of
hardened
he
soldiers
just
that
looks
you
at
are.
he just looks at Zarzan.
I like how you're probably sending these guys to their cosmic doom.
I hope not.
With minimal information.
No, it'll be a wee holiday in the country.
Into the Fae.
All right, sir. Is there anything else we should know?
Probably, but I'm not the person to ask.
Take extra snacks.
You probably, I guess, go speak to Harafan now. He'll give you a wee rundown. He's head of the op, I guess, if you want to run it under those terms. But
He's
like
our
I
CEO
said,
then.
Sure, I'm sure he won't abuse that power. Yeah.
Me? No. We're all big
Oh.
hippies as druids.
Okay. Yeah. Sargon kind of just turns to Zarzan and he's kind of like, shall we? And then he just walks off. And yeah, Sargon comes to report to Raffen, at which point I guess I shall hand off.
To me? Oh, right, I see.
Yeah, to you.
It's me now.
It better not be a babysitting mission, I swear to God.
What?
God damn.
What levels are
It's
you
not
guys?
like new recruits. I don't know yet.
Or another
Fucking
bug hunt.
noobs.
Can't put a number on it. At least the same level as Ward, I hope.
You're both level 8.
Nice.
It's alright.
8 squad!
Yes.
Can't just bring your level 5 magic harp into the Elite 4. Can't do that.
Yes, you can.
Well, we've
You
got
do it if
3
you
of
want.
them. So,
He's leaving a Gyarados.
Yeah, I guess Sargon has gone to speak to Araf and maybe Zarzan. I don't know where Zarzan is.
Yeah, I'll come.
Sweet.
Why not?
I'm not sure how Sargon would. Sure, Mr. Harafan, sir.
Hello.
Been assigned to your mission.
Welcome. We'll be heading off to the woods.
Yeah, the commander was slightly scarce on the details. If you have any more, a briefing. If a briefing is commencing, that would be good to know.
Well, what we seek is the staff, very powerful staff. Bless you.
alright.
And to get that, we will have to go into the Fae. And the only way to do that, we have to do, it's time sensitive because we have to go in midwinter when the veil is the thinnest. But I'm hoping we'll go across there, we'll retrieve the staff, and we'll come back so we can join the war and scale without too much of a detour.
Very good.
You haven't ridden the Daisy Highway yet, have you?
Would this be the tree I was informed about?
Yeah. Oh no, this is the I think the tree you were informed about is Master Silmir. But no, we should be able.
We're riding on Master Sylvia.
Oh no, sorry, I missed that bit. I'm very tired today, folks. I'm terribly sorry. Yes, that'll be the tree. I'm going to create a portal between here and the Evergreen, and we'll head there.
Alright, I look forward to it.
We could raise a big army up there, couldn't we? And just chunter them back down to this island.
How many monks were in that temple who are sending us to the Fae? Could we have an army of monks behind us?
An army of hippie monks.
Peace and love, dude. I like they want to fight no more.
They're too busy with Kikon.
It could be like Lord of the Rings. There'd be loads of like trees and bushes and things will just come in and attack scale just when you think it's all going to go bad. Like a whole lot of potatoes will arrive.
Not the potatoes!
Like Bala Helm's Deep, just with druids and potatoes
Exactly.
in place of Gondor.
Potatoes. Sure. So, midwinter comes around, heralded by. Which way around is it? This is a. So lunar eclipse, right? It's the the sun is blotted out. It's just the black circle with the light around it. Is that a lunar eclipse? I don't actually remember. It's either a lunar or a solar one. I think lunar.
Yes.
No.
No.
That's a solar.
The after solar.
Lunar one is like.
Lunar eclipse is the blood moon, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a solar eclipse day. All day.
Don't look at the sun.
That means dark.
It is darker today, yeah. Like you guys will probably most specifically Muir, you will notice after a week on this island that it's really warm here. Like it's the middle of winter, but it's like a Marish summer right now. And even like today is like the coldest day of the year, and it's still like t-shirt weather. But yeah, midwinter rolls around. What is your guys' plan? Are you heading to Imeldris?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sure.
I want to thank the party though for coming. I think this is I was anticipating doing this myself, so it's with all this war going on, it's brilliant that I'm being supported.
No problemo.
Yeah, I feel like this isn't a one-person job. You're gonna need people. And if you don't, well, then we do it fast.
True.
Okay, so you guys are daisy highwaying, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. So
My ward now?
yeah, you're ward now, yeah.
Cool.
If you're watching the stream, I haven't had time to organize the new character flippers underneath. I'll get them for next week. Do Naren and Zorgar come see you guys off?
Probably.
Yeah.
Sure. So yeah,
Mainly
Rathan
to see
goes and
Sargon off there.
starts chanting, and there's this like this tree in the forest begins to like split and tear, and like kind of grow apart, and there's this like sort of spectral window into another forest in the far reaches of the land, and Naren and Zorgar turn up as you guys are getting ready to head off.
I've already released Naren, but I guess I can still roleplay even though I don't have him. Good luck, everyone. Hopefully, we won't be dead by the time we get back.
Hopefully we get back.
Yep.
Yeah, don't get discovered by the army.
Do you want me to? Did you want me to entangle the boat just now, like the dubious walrus?
Yeah, I think that may have happened during the week.
Yeah, if Rathan would have done that, it would have happened by now.
But also, we may get discovered while you're away, so we'll leave some kind of, sending stoners if you come back through the tree and we're not here. Because then might be a good chance that we're not in this location when you return.
We have to break you out of prison again, I swear to God.
Yeah.
Well,
This would be like
I
the
don't
fourth
think
time.
we'll make it to prison. I think we'll be dead.
Gek runs
let's
over
not
and
play half-days, too,
goes around and hugs
then we
everyone.
won't come back.
Even
you say?
Sargon and Zalazan.
Yeah, he's like Gek runs over and he hugs everyone. He's like goes around
Aw.
and hugs and you know, he gets to like when he's done like when he gets to Muri, like he like tries to whisper to her. He says, "Did Narn give you my wage?
What?
My wage? I asked Narn to give you it. Did he give Askerbumfel Rostos Scarbas
Naren, it's a bit patchy. But
Scrabnaz.
wages. Scrabnaz.
Let me
Ah,
let me
Scrabnez.
just
He runs away.
let me just pull Mew aside and quickly loop her in. Gek was incredibly honourable, gave me his wages, told me to give it to the party, but Farrell and I have just decided to roll it into his next wage, so it goes back to him without him noticing. So I haven't robbed you.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. So I go back to yeah, he goes.
Scrazbaz.
Give him a little. Grasspass, give him a little ruffle.
Savvy! And he runs away.
That'll be fixed by the time you get back. Maybe.
I will also say goodbye to my sister because I can't forget my sister's here. I never remembered. I was like, oh yeah, shit.
Yeah, you go over and see her. She's like grinning the whole time you're having this conversation. So you're away then,
Why
right?
are you so happy? Yeah.
No reason.
What is it?
You don't notice yet, have you?
What is it? What is it?
And she holds up your coin purse. And then throws it back to you.
Fuck! I lost my trading's going well then. Fuck.
Another fine addition.
You should change like it. Okay, that's alright. The ties are cut, but you shouldn't be tying it to your waist anyways. That's
You
stupid.
cut the tie.
Well, no, I cut a bit of the ties. They'll be
Okay,
fine.
well,
Now you're a wizard. I'm sure it's the least of your. It's just a tie, Lily. Come on.
well, next time don't do it to me. Do it to someone else.
Oh, I have.
Okay. I won't tell them.
Well, I give them back.
No, that's not fun.
So you're going away, are you?
Yep.
How long are you gonna be
Not
gone
sure
for?
How long it'll take.
Oh.
I don't know how long it'll take. Shouldn't take too long, I don't think. But that can also change depending on circumstances. But I've got. Actually, I don't know if I have communication. We might be at a different. We might be in a place where some of my communication magic just doesn't work. So
Okay. So I'll never know if you're not gonna come back. Like
Well, no.
you might just disappear and wouldn't hear from you.
well, I mean, if that.
Suppose that would happen either way.
Probably just be dead, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. Well, have fun in your place for your abstract length of time that you're gonna be there.
Yep. Don't. Don't die while I'm away, please.
Oh, you know, I thought about doing it, but then you know when you say that, nah, maybe I won't.
This crew is doing wonders for her.
Well, I'll see. I will come back and I will see you. At least. I mean, if shit goes up, I can always try and get out of there anyway. So I've got pretty good escape stuff. So
Okay. Well.
I should probably be coming back at some point.
Okay. Well, I hope it goes well. Yeah. Well. I mean. Well. I guess we'll be doing. You know. Have fun in your boring other dimension thing when we're having all the real fun, hanging out on this island doing war stuff. You know.
Yeah, I'll really miss it.
Yeah. Mhm. She gives you a hug.
Okay. I hug her back.
Sure.
And then I'll return to the party and jump through a tree.
Okay. Does anyone else have any business to attend before journeying to Emeldris?
I go tell Zordor not to die because that would be really inconvenient in another dimension. So
Oh fuck.
Go and do it.
Please don't do it.
Wait, what if you die though? And we just
I
lose
think I'll
one
be.
of her.
That will be like just a little smidge of Zorgar's health. He will probably won't even notice. If he dies, I'm super duper deluxe dead.
Death Deluxe Expanded Edition.
DLC.
Death Game of the Year.
Super duper deluxe.
Ultimate Collector's Edition.
Comes in a metal tin.
Otherwise, just wish the Dragonborn well and toodle off.
Sure. Okay.
I'll wave going through the portal. Don't die!
Please.
Sure. So you guys step through this. Step through the tree, and Naren's already watches this tree kind of like it splits apart to allow them passage, and then like snaps back to normality. The rest of you guys, you arrive in Emeldris, in the Viridian. Zarzan and Sargon, you've never seen this place before. You have this tremendously wild, kind of semi-out-of-body experience traveling. You step into this portal, and then you feel yourself sucked and compressed to an infinitely small point, and then born through the roots of the earth, and then you spring into existence in this other forest that you've never been in. The climate's super weird, especially having just come from Scale. It's quite cold. There's there's snow on the ground and in the trees. You feel probably a little bit seasick.
Sounds tripping balls right now. Out of body experience, just going through the roots.
Does Ward have a weird experience? It's pretty normal for Ward.
He's kind of a robot, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just a big robot, so you don't really it's kind of you don't really have you just kind of blink and you're in a different place. It's a bit of a squeeze actually getting into the tree for Ward, but he does it.
Alright.
You guys arrive in Emeldris. There's all this white stone built here in the courtyard, and coming down the steps, kind of a couple seconds after you arrive, you see Silmer, and she says, my friends, how wonderful to see you all again, and in you come, quickly now. Never know who might be lurking outside.
Does Speedo seem happy?
Yes.
Also, was Sargon's nickname not Speedo for a point as well?
I have no idea.
Was
That's
he
a you
strong,
question.
though? I forget.
Speedo missed you.
Oh! She takes them off your hand. She scratches and stuff. You've all been well, have you?
I have indeed.
How have you been?
Well, all right. Feels like only yesterday I last saw you.
I think I might have been a bit more ethereal last I saw you.
Yes, you don't glow in quite the same way. That's probably good. You're probably not
think
supposed to glow. But I was just preparing some tea. Would you like to join?
Tea sounds
Tea
nice.
is always welcome.
Sure, she takes you into Emeldris. And there's this into the sort of kitcheny area. There's the big stone caretaker guy is kind of leant over watching some leaves steep. And she says she pours tea for everyone and sits down and says, so what have you all do you have any what news have you got? It's been a while.
When was the last time we saw Silver?
I've been to the Fae and reclaimed the tower.
Oh, marvelous. Is that anything to do with the key you found, I suppose?
It was everything to do with the key that I found, but there was Jake, what was his name again? The Red Prince dude?
The Scarlet Prince.
Scarlet Prince. But there was a Scarlet Prince who was blighting the Fae
I see.
until I chased him.
You put a stop to that. Thanks. Well, that's pleasing. Yeah, it's quite a remarkable place, isn't it?
It is. I'm hoping to start to rebuild there and rebuild and mend the damage that's been done.
And we're seeking to cross to the Citadel today, are we? Is that still the aim? I assume that's why
That is my
you're
aim,
all
yeah.
here. What about the rest of you? Anything? Any tall tales to report?
Have we captured the temple? Since the last time that we talked to Silver.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last time you guys saw Silmer was during the 6 weeks downtime you had, where you like fixed Mirror's silver astral sickness and stuff.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
You ever heard of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse?
I can't say I have.
Well, I don't know.
Don't sound like particularly charming characters by dint of name.
Are they actually called the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse in this world, Jake? Or
They're just called the Horsemen. There's an unknown number of them.
Oh.
Silver, you might have some knowledge of this. We came into some. We ended up using a wish spell that was of use of like it was within a ring, and one of our party members used it to resurrect a few of us, and it seems that there's been some consequences for that. Do you know any? Do you know anything about the wish spell, or like the nature of it?
Not personally, Master Direct, but I would say that all things exist on a balance, and it's rare for a force to act without opposition.
Yeah. Oh, and we also happen to what's the word I'm looking for? Reclaim the Grand Temple of Altius on Mount Pretty Thunder.
Ah, you were seeking to do that for some time, weren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pleased for you. I'm pleased to hear that. Everything all still in good condition?
We're rebuilding, so it's not in the best condition, but it will be.
Ah, I see. Well, I'm sure. Sure, with someone like you at the helm, it won't be a problem.
Thankfully, I'm not building, so.
I see. We have a few new faces as well. And she kind of turns to Sargon and Zarzan and says, "I'm Master Silmer of the Ring. I've known your allies for a long time to some and a short to other."
Nice to meet you. I'm Lieutenant Sargon of
Lieutenant.
Marlin's forces.
I see.
Commander Mark X's forces, sorry.
Yeah, so So Silmar's just gonna basically sit and make small talk with you guys while you all have tea, and then she says, "Are we ready to? I suppose we'd better."
Wait, there's one more thing I need to check. I pick up Speedo. I just put him on the ground. Me and Silver. Just give him a little in the eyes and put him down. Just see where he goes.
He like looks around and he walks in a little circle. And he goes over to Mir.
Hey! Give him a big old pat.
Yeah, Silmar says, I suppose we'd better take you down there and show you the lay of the land, eh? No time like the present.
That would be good.
Yeah, she leads you through the halls of the Melders. You pass by the big white maple tree that stretches around, and she leads you to this like kind of downwards, and you start heading into the earth, and then she leads you to this kind of circular door, like a kind of truncated circle, sort of like an omega shape, and she whispers some stuff, and the white stone door parts and opens into this larger cavern. Did a thing to show you guys.
Whoa.
So you kind of come in on the eastern end of this, and you can see this large gate structure kind of set into the wall, and there are these 5 pillars, and there is this deep chasm to the south. And Silmar says, you can see these pillars. They have like etchings on them, and they're glowing with this kind of pulsating with this kind of white light. And she says, yes, they didn't do that before. These are, she gestures to the pillars and says, these are the wards sealing what I believe to be the citadel from our realm. And she says, I believe there is some order in which they must be activated. A little precaution against those outside the order. You can see there's these like floating white orbs of light that kind of drift around the room as well, illuminating it. She says, I must warn you, whatever was sealed within the citadel, it took the strength of many masters to do so, more than us. I do not know what you will find over there.
Are you not joining us?
My place is here, I cannot.
Do you have any advice, any words of advice? I know you know not what awaits us over there.
My understanding is that the Citadel existed long before my time as a sort of original stronghold of our order, when our order spanned many more realms than this. I'm not sure. There's still shit noises going on. She says, I am not sure what was sealed in there, but I expect it to be old. Old things, it seems, tend to have a peculiar habit of being rather dangerous.
Jake, do we know that is it the staff that's sealed in there?
Yeah.
Or is she? Yeah. Well, I think we need to retrieve this staff, particularly if we're going to bring the order, or bring glory back to the Order of Truth. So we must face the dangers as however they may be. I can't speak tonight, folks. I'm really sorry.
She says, yes, if your path lies at the Citadel, then I can think of a few more capable of potentially resolving whatever is afoot there. And yeah, Rapid, you can see there are these pillars, and they have stuff written on them in Druidic. So I will paste this into the chat in Druidic for you. So there is an inscription on all of them.
Have we all got strongholds now? I'm just looking at that list in the chat.
Most of us.
So that is the inscription on. There's that same inscription in the Fantasy Grounds chat is on all of the pillars, and there is also the pillars are marked with different words, which are these words. If that makes sense.
Where was those words supposed to be?
They're in Fantasy Grounds, but if you can't speak Druidic, you can't read the words.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay.
It's very poetic, son.
So many. Well, don't mind.
And kind of a bit Jedi Knighty.
What's it say?
Oh, well, on one pillar it says, from a seed, life, from life, growth, from growth, wisdom, from wisdom, harmony, from harmony, balance. And the other one simply says, essence, foresight, one. Is that wax?
Yeah.
I totally need new glasses.
And equilibrium as well. So there's that's like the left to right order on that screen. So like equilibrium is the leftmost pillar. They all have the initial inscription.
That's very Jedi.
So let me I'll paste it in the chat for
This is
for
the
all
way.
y'all. So that inscription is on everything. And from left to right in the room, they are ordered this way. What do you guys do?
I guess you just high five the pillars in the order that they come in the first one.
Yeah.
So like equilibrium would be balance. The first one, essence, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would think
That's
essence
not
for seed. Yeah.
Foresight is wisdom.
Yep. One.
And wax.
Harmony would be one, right?
Yeah, good. Well done. Well done, that man.
And then that leaves wax's growth, I guess.
I suppose because waxing and waning of the moon, so when the moon waxes, it gets bigger. Well, it doesn't get bigger, but you know what I mean. It appears bigger. can we do that? Can we hit them in that order, Jake?
Okay, what is your order?
Is it essence, wax, 1, equilibrium? Is that the order?
Foresight in the middle.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, foresight, so.
I think I need to write this down. So we're doing essences first, yeah?
Essence, wax, foresight, 1, equilibrium.
Yeah, Jake, I'll high-five them in that order.
Sure. Okay.
Slapping pillars.
The high-fiving action doesn't seem to do anything.
What about a little tickle in action?
Are you just experimenting with the pillars?
Pretty much.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so you
Does
try.
Selmir not offer anything to offer us, you know?
So Raffin goes and he like taps it and stuff, and Selmir says, perhaps just speaking the words.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so I'll speak them in that order then. Essence, wax, foresight, 1, equilibrium.
Sure. Okay. So Raffin assumes this position and chants these words, and this kind of large gateway. It's like a big circle. It's a square on the map, but it's kind of more like it's more spherical, right? Like a truncated hobbit door. And there's these kind of rings on it that begin to spin. These rings of stone, and as they spin, this like light begins to emanate, and it glows to like this fever pitch, and then 3 figures appear. Let me change the tunes. Yeah, so these 3 figures, like, they, like, blink into existence, like, one by one, like, bam, bam, bam. They are tall. They are, like, 12 to 15 feet tall. They have this sort of silvery golden skin. They're, like, they're, like, humanoid in limb construction. And they have they're wearing, like, these long, elaborate robes in this kind of goldy brass color. And they have this full face helmet on each of them that is like, it looks almost like it's glass, except there are like when you look at it you can see stars and nebulas like floating around. Is there anything else about these dudes? Yeah, so that's about it. They turn up, like they're kind of silhouetted at first, and then they sort of kind of step forward and they look at everyone, and then they're like arranged in like a triangle formation, and the left and right ones, their masks like glow, and then they like sort of like compress and then like vaporize and shoot off and like disappear. And there's this one central one left, and says in tones in this kind of weird cosmic voice. Do I actually have a voice set up for this dude? I'll use dog voice. Not that one, that's the Shadow Dragon.
The balance must be restored.
And it's going to be initiative next week against this dude. And it's 9:30, and we're not going to finish this combat in half an hour. So we're going to stop there and pick it up next time we play, which is, am I right in saying, Finn, you can't play on Tuesday, yeah?
Yeah, I can probably do later in the week or early next week though.
Okay, so we'll maybe play a different day this week, or otherwise we'll be back on Tuesday the 24th. And yeah, see you all then. I need to press the end screen button.